Hello, I'm Dean Lindsley, and I'm the Vice President of Pallas Textiles.
I'd love to welcome today Dean Lindsley from Pallas Textiles. It's been a while since I've seen you in person. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I'm excited about the opportunity to share our stories.
But I'd love to start off by having you share your amazing story. First, let's mention how long Pallas Textiles has been in business, and then you tell us how long you've been here and how you got here today.
So Pallas has been in business for 34 years in total. Its origin was in January of '89. I was behind the scenes working with the parent company at the time and developing the infrastructure for the operations. And then in 1991, I was asked to come on board as director of operations. And over time and through the journey, I've taken on many responsibilities and learned all different facets of the business, from operations to sales to marketing, branding, product development, and ultimately 32 years later have ended up as vice president of the division.
Very early, day one, you went all in with Material Bank, one of our earliest supporters on the platform. What was it that intrigued you to come onto the platform and to really embrace us in the way that you have?
Well, I'll say two words. One, opportunity, and two, brand outreach. Uh, Being a smaller player within the industry, we were looking for outlets and mediums where we could engage with our audience beyond just the day-to-day human connection, which is ultimately the most valuable. But as we know, the inherent challenges in how do you make appointments, how do you engage, how do you create those interactions. And Material Bank came into being and presented itself as a significant opportunity for us to grow our business and engage with our key audience members, our designers, and be able to show them everything about our brand, our product, and the materials and every aspect of our business that we couldn't do without that medium that you provide. Since our partnership being developed with Material Bank, we've now developed a greater presence in healthcare, in corporate workplace, and even more significantly in hospitality, which is really exciting. We always had I'll say the foundation within the portfolio to support efforts within those segments. We just didn't have the ability to connect with the designers that were actively, I'll say, specifying and developing spaces for those markets and those applications.
Dean, I know that you and I work sort of as the executive level and you reach out to me anytime, but I'd love to sort of get an understanding. How has it been in working with the entire organization, your brand services team, all the way through?
I can honestly say, as a stakeholder in this business, the level of service that you provide is bar none, top of industry. I label it as a concierge service that is unlike any other brand or business that's provided to Pallas, and it really is. It's one of many reasons why we continue to entrench ourselves with Material Bank and look to build our business as we move forward. Like I said, I can't say enough good things about it, and pay compliments to all those people behind the scenes who bring Material Bank to life and support Pallas's efforts.
How would you rank Material Bank leads compared to other sources? You certainly have the budget and the capability of spending anywhere that you'd like. How would you compare our leads versus anything else that you've seen in the industry?
I would say somewhere between 80 and 90% of all the leads that come through Pallas are specific to Material Bank. Most other leads that we do get are I'll say at best, they're happen chance, they happen organically. But what we love about the platform that Material Bank provides is the source of leads that they create, the quality of leads that they provide you.
Thank you. And in terms of closing deals, could you share with us, without sharing specifics so that we can maintain confidentiality, have we been able to move the needle for your business in terms of real deals that are closed? And obviously, not mentioning the dollars, but to move the needle for a company your size, these would have to be 50, $100,000 plus projects that you've won. Is that fair?
That is very fair. And the beauty of that particular business, again, the scale of it, when you compare it to something like, let's say, education, a little more transactional in terms of efficiencies, scaling. It is very challenging, but at the same time, when you do have success, it does move the needle in a significant fashion.
And now you're an incredible operator in the sense that you're very data driven. You look at a lot of our business intelligence reporting. We work in the background with you so that when you have a project that you're trying to find an answer for, we bring it to you in the most analytical sense. Share with us how you utilize the data, because you touched on it briefly. You're using it now to actually decide what materials you're going to bring into your next collection. Share with us how you go through and utilize it in growing, marketing, branding Pallas Textiles. Love for the audience to just get a sense of that.
I'll use the word market segmentation. You can take the four markets that we just called out: hospitality, healthcare, workplace, and education. All are very unique in terms of their wants and their needs and the aesthetics that they desire. So when you start to peel away the layers of the onion and you start to take a look at materials, you start to take a look at colors, you start to take a look at within the material genre, it can be woven versus non-woven, and then you can take a look at colors and applications in markets. It allows us to be, again, very strategic in our approach when we engage with our audience, our designers. They want something that's meaningful, and then our opportunities to make it memorable. And all that content, all those analytics that you provide us, again, we take the time to sit back and dive into each level, each layer, and the details provide you basically a roadmap to success.
I would love for you to highlight, because you launch every product collection on our platform. I'd love for you to highlight so that they can come to Material Bank, click on the brands tab, choose Pallas Textiles. What specific new collections would you have them take a look at?
Yeah, you take a look at our strategy and our rhythm, and we look to develop new collections, new product, and bring them to market, I'll say, every 16 to 20 weeks. So in the last year, we've launched 3 major collections, starting with the Linea this time last year, a beautiful collection of sophisticated solids, textures, and some things of scale and layers of color. We then launched, prior to Neocon, a collection called Lingo, which was attributed to our language, our brand language, and what our designers speak to in terms of their details. And then most recently, we launched Savoir Faire, which is a collection where we took a baseline graphic medium and expanded that into multiple materials, both non-wovens and wovens, and to give our design audience some insight into how to leverage maybe a similar or same concept in different material mediums.
Those are incredibly kind words. Your support has meant the world to us. I'd love for you to share with us your commitments to sustainability. So on Material Bank, we joined the Climate Pledge day one. It's something that's very important for our audience to hear. Recent stats, we've now saved over 4.3 million packages to date. So we aggregate, instead of items that would be shipped out in 5 boxes, they only go out in 1 single box. That's over 1,500 tons of cardboard. Gosh, over 25,000 trees. It's beyond a forest at this time. Share with me how sustainability is top of mind for your organization and how you manage that.
So it has become a pillar for our brand. And you take a look at it from the ground up. You take a look at the details, starting with the various yarns that we use and the constructions that we create, the packaging that we use to promote it, and then ultimately tie it in then with Material Bank and that partnership and that closed loop effort where we consolidate product within packaging to deliver to our designers to then leverage and use as they see fit. And then also then there's the opportunity to return it and reuse it. So when you talk about, for us and what we think about, it goes well beyond just the product that we develop. because we do take the opportunity to take a look at how do you infuse within every facet of our business some layer of sustainability. And you basically are I'll say the cherry on top of the sundae, where you close that loop for us, and it's something that we can now effectively speak to, and it isn't just rhetoric. It actually is physical, tangible, meaningful sustainability that then we can live and breathe behind.
Given that sustainability is so important, particularly for the younger generation, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to have you say hello to Grace, your amazing daughter, who is now the second generation inside of this industry.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I know it put a smile on our face.
Thank you again for taking the time today. We truly have an amazing partnership between Material Bank and Pallas Textiles. We look forward to working together for many years to come.
I too look forward to it as well, and thank you for your support.